Okay, I'm on. I'm going to try to do a recap of last Sunday. It was just fantastic, and I know I always say that, but this is going to be a little different in the sense that my request was for everybody to say what meditation had either meant to them or what they have gotten from meditation, and it's pretty lengthy. So I'm going to be looking as if I am reading a teleprompter because I've tried to write down it as much as I could about what everybody said. So we started off with Tino, and Tino had a wonderful experience where he was up east visiting with some companies and some higher ups in those companies. Actually, I think he was up there doing research for his new company that he has started. And in that meeting with this higher up guy that I got the feeling that Tino respected greatly, the guy asked him what his core beliefs were. And Tino, of course, started off by saying that family and well, I guess I don't know what all he said at first, but then he finally just kind of stopped for a second and said, and meditation. Well, the guy also paused and said, I don't get that response very often. And I guess there was some smiles exchanged there. But the story went on that a couple of days later, Tino got a book in the mail there at the office, and it was a children's book, and it didn't say who it was from, and everybody assumed that since it was a children's book, it was Tino's, and so he indeed read it, and it was a Zen Shorts was the name of the book, and it was obviously Zen based, but the beauty was at the very end of the book, he had highlighted this quote, and I'm going to read it just like Tino did. When you look into the pool of water, if the water is still, you can see the moon is reflected. If the water is agitated, the moon looks fragmented and scattered. At this time, it's hard to see the true moon. One's mind is like that. When our minds are agitated, we cannot see the true world. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? So we were all, just touched by this. And Tino just simply knows that he has made contact with this man in a different kind of way, and this is wonderful. He also said that quote summed up his feelings about meditation, and that the stillness is what he feels like he carries with him more often now. And when he was replying about his personal meditations, which was also part of the homework, he said he was having trouble putting that on the front burner because of his schedule and working in family, etc. And he realized that part of that is just excuses, but it is real life that he's working with, and he was admitting that. But he finally, getting himself into his personal meditation, said that he felt so much more reset and in a deeper kind of way. And he wondered why in the world it had taken him so long to do it. And oh my, don't we hear that often? So Jill was next to speak. And she said she did her meditation by asking, why do I use the style of meditation that Beth teaches? And she said it turned out to be a little bit more of a combo of a meditation and a self-talk. But the key point that came forth was this, and I just love this. She said, each time I sit to meditate, I am a different me. Every time I meditate, I find the true self again. I want to read it again. Each time I sit to meditate, I am a different me. Every time I meditate, I find my true self again. Jill, love that. As y'all can tell, I'm reading this like a teleprompter. I hope that's okay, but I wanted to give it all as close to your actual words as I could. Jill also mentioned the sound of the huh continues to help bring her intentions of meditation into her life, and that she still uses that so much. It brings her to the present moment, and light settles within her, she said. That's so beautiful, so Jill. So Lynn talked next, and she said that meditation takes me out of my head, and everything that was on my mind was not important anymore. And the world is so much bigger and expansive place, and is much more important than what she was thinking about earlier. We have that experience every time, don't we? I mean, we go in thinking, oh, what's the big deal? And when we get inside, we go, whoa, I see. Okay, so then Linda spoke. And Linda said the bottom line for her is meditation smooths the edges out. And I think she was talking about smoothing the edges out of the outer world and brings peace into the present moment. That's what nothing else matters when she gets into the present moment, she said. She said it allows her to be the leader of her life. It is a place that she can go inside and all belongs to her. It's just so pretty, so beautiful, Linda. And then she went on to say, this form of meditation can take me to my peace anytime, and that it doesn't take long. It can take a one slow, deep breath, and you're there, or it can last for 20 or 30 minutes, that she knows that she can do that now. She even went on to say that she's really loving doing her own meditations now, and does the personal meditations about a quarter of the time, which I thought was awesome. Okay, Cheryl says that meditation lets her be aware of the difference between the real and the unreal. Now, good. I realize that the unsettled things that are going on around me is nothing. And where I am at peace is in the bubble of peacefulness, and it is the realness. And I love the fact that she used that word realness, because that's what it feels like. And that brings balance. She can feel the balance through the meditation. It helps me no longer carry things forward, she said. And Jill, well, I need to expound on that. That when you do meditate, you're able to stop that chatter in your head and trying to defend yourself or whatever characters got a hold of you, and let that go so that you can let things move forward. Move forward, not carry it forward. And Jill reminded about, again, she talked about her huh as being the way she stops infinite do loops, is what we call when you keep saying those chatter things over and over again. And then it was my turn to talk about why I find meditation so valuable. And I had a little story to tell, in the sense that as a young child, I felt I lived pretty much inside myself. Even though I functioned well outside, I kind of did it on my terms, and I really had trouble with the outside world. And so meditation has helped me understand the importance of the outside world. Meditation has taught me to value the outer world and to see that it is necessary and a part of the whole. And I wrote, just while I was doing this, if it had not been for meditation, I would have left this earth no wiser than I came in. Letting the outside become a part of my reality, and know that it is my training ground for growth. So that's changed for me so much. Um, in Linda's personal meditation, um, she felt that wanted to point out, sorry, that my changing how I described. I wanted y'all to do your personal meditations and become the leader. Talk as if you're the leader. She brought up such a good point that freed her to realize that she needed to be more explicit with how she was feeling, so that the people, the imaginary people that are in the room that is listening to her, can feel what she's feeling and help develop the imagination and make it more real. And the more you do that, the deeper you go into meditation. I'm so aware of that. That's so true for me. Cheryl was talking about on her personal meditation. She did not want to go upstairs and meditate, and she just finally said, "This is stupid," and off she went and marched upstairs and started her meditation. And she felt when she got upstairs to her room that she had won. She felt like she had become the leader, like Linda was talking about. And she wondered after the meditation, which she said was just fabulous, which one of her characters fears her meditating or tries to stop her, and that she was going to do a self-talk about that. And this is so telling, that as we're doing the meditation, sometimes we have to take a moment to realize, okay, I can deal with this. You set it aside. You don't bring it into the meditation and let it hang around, but you can let it go and then say, yeah, I'll do a self-talk on that and really get to it so that you can see it on the outside. Okay. Lynn read for lines. We had lines to read too. And Lynn read a line from page 7 on the retreat that we had in Santa Fe. I think it was 2016. And this is so great. Okay, it says, the thought is not pure but cluttered. When you speak in human form, be aware of where the thought is trying to get you to go, and where the thought is directing you to, and what outcome is it pushing you toward. It would be far better to state the purpose than to state the thought. It would be far better to state the purpose of all thoughts spoken, so others would be clear, as well as you, on your intent. Oh my gosh. That's so powerful, and I'm not going to read it again. You can rewind it and hear it. But oh my gosh, underscore, that is so good. And I can send, if you don't have, I think, Kari, you're the only one that doesn't have right now, the booklet from that retreat, and it is on page 7. So I will try to remember to do that. Cheryl had a line from Flowing Circle, and it was, when you commit to your characters, they can commit to you as well, to keep you informed on what is going on outside and when it's time to come inside. Oh, we're really working on trying to get those characters to be more aware of us and vice versa. We need, I added, we need to realize we need to meditate like we need water. It's not a luxury. I guess I spoke too soon. It is a luxury, but it's something that we really need to embrace as opposed to resist. Jill had a line from the Path of Infinity. It said, surrender exactly to where you are on the path of infinity. Making that journey, you can feel how moving forward is your reality. I'll read that again. Surrender to exactly where you are on the path of infinity. Making that journey, you can feel, that journey that you can feel how moving forward is your reality. Okay, I still didn't do that quite right, but I think you get the point. That if you haven't done the Path of Infinity, you'll understand this more if you go listen to it, because what we do is become a ball that is moving on the infinity sign, and you could just feel yourself needing to move forward. It was beautiful. Okay, so we have that just about winds it up. You have lines to bring with us next Sunday, and continue your personal meditations. And then I think what we want to do is start identifying the character within us that we want to deem our scout, if you will, the one that's going to carry the wonderful feeling of peacefulness out and be the one that we can kind of collaborate with. And it doesn't have to be a character that's your best friend. It can be one of the harder ones that you deal with. And I think that would be even more fun. All right, so one more thing before I go. If you haven't listened to The Doorway, oh my gosh, it is so cool. And the reason that I bring it up is you'll see from that little exercise that it gives you how difficult it is to stay present as much as we would like. So give that a listen, and I'll talk to y'all later. This is a little scattered, I know, but I think it'll work just fine. Namaste, everyone. Love you.